All right, hello. So this week you are going to make a drawing that demonstrates an understanding of evidence of space. When I say evidence of space, I'm talking about a foreground, middle ground, and a background. Um, this is the still life that I would set up for my students in class, but you can definitely also set up something very similar at home. Uh, if you're at home, you would just use your anatomically correct skull, like the one I'm using in this photograph. um, you can use your boxes, or you could use something like a bookshelf, a bed, a kitchen table, something like that as like a middle ground. And then your background will just be whatever's going on in your house. You can choose any room to draw in as long as you have enough space to create a sense of foreground, middle ground, and background. When I'm talking about the foreground, middle ground, background, in this photograph, the foreground is our skull. The middle ground is the box tower right behind the skull, and the background is anything else sort of fading in the distance. The way that I like to describe this is think about if you were driving to Tampa, right, from Clearwater or St. Pete, right? You are going over the bridge. The steering wheel, hopefully not your phone, probably your Apple CarPlay or whatever's on your car's screen, is your foreground. That's a thing that is closest to you. It is very easy to see, very detailed. You can make out details very easily. The middle ground would be the cars that are, just a short distance away from you, maybe a bird flying over the ocean, something like that. You can make out the details, you know what it is, but it's not quite as clear as, your steering wheel. Um, your background would be the Tampa Bay skyline, right? So um, the large buildings, the things going on inside them, things like that. Um, you can make out the sort of outline of a building, but you can't see what's going on inside, right? So as things get further back, they should get fuzzier. And we want to replicate that feeling in our drawing as well, right? So the things that are closest to us, our foreground, in this case, the skull, should be described very clearly, very well. And the things in the middle ground should be described pretty well, but not as well as the foreground. And the things that are receding into the background should be very fuzzy. The way that we'll do that is by making sure that in our underdrawing, we'll capture the whole still life, which includes our foreground, middle ground, and background. And we'll make sure that we include everything because the things that are the furthest back, things that are the fuzziest, are going to stay in underdrawing. They'll stay a gesture, they'll stay stinging points, they'll stay light, they'll stay fuzzy, right? So, for instance, this uh, easel back here would stay a gesture, the exit sign, the projector, bookshelf, all of this would stay sort of fuzzy gestury, right? Um, what I really wanted to show you all here is how to set this drawing up for success, right? So it will be very helpful if you have things in your line of sight, either overlapping or very close to overlapping. So I very specifically have placed the skull a very short distance away from this box tower. So when you go to draw this skull, right, you've got an underdrawing of this skull, right, you can say, okay, the back of the skull is here, and this box tower is just a short distance away. So if you're, for instance, stinging points, you can say, okay, here's the back of the skull, and I'll follow that down to the bottom of the boxes, right? And then I'll find, right, each edge of the box, right, in comparison to that skull. You can do the same with the background, right? So this projector screen is overlapping with this box tower, so that gives you a quick and easy route to find where that projector screen is, right? Um, Another thing I'd like to point out is that you should make sure that you are getting the floor, the wall, and the ceiling, if you can see it, right? You don't have to draw every single little detail. Like in this case, don't draw every single ceiling tile. But things that will help make it feel like it's in a space is a corner of a wall, the baseboard, right? And where the wall meets the ceiling, right? So as long as you can get these sort of lines in here, suddenly it feels like it's living in a space, right? So this drawing should not be empty. right? So every single thing that is in your field of vision should be on your paper, right? Foreground, middle ground, background. Um, Also, I think it's a great idea to draw this drawing on a horizontal. So I would turn your newsprint pad horizontally, so that way you can fit everything that is sort of naturally in your field of vision.